Yo, what it do? What it do? Hey, I'm Roll Ross and I'm back again just for you. Appreciate all y'all for being here. Make sure y'all tap that like button. We got a couple of videos regarding the pickups by the free agency of the Cowboys. Some of the interviews of the players, like little introduction interviews that we're going to react to. And then we got some other news and things that we're going to react to as well about Micah and all this stuff that's going on with that. But yeah, we about to tap in. What's good, Landon? What's good, Mafi? Gardo? What's good? What it do? What it do? Welcome in, everybody. Appreciate all of you. Got this hair on my hoodie. Stuck to my hoodie. But yeah, we about to get in it. I'm glad I'm here. Hell yeah. What up, Carnage? What it do? What it do? Look at that. Yeah, right? Right? You making jokes, but you funny as hell. What up, DK? What's good, brother? I uploaded it. Cool. That's what's up. That's what's up. Hopefully, I'll be getting my PC here in the next day or two. I still got to pick up a few things for it, but we'll be starting the process of switching everything over to it. What up, Ostman? What it do? What it do? Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in. Like I said, I appreciate all y'all. Without y'all, this just ain't what this is. Y'all make it what it is because without y'all, it's just me in front of a camera. But yeah, what up, back shots? What it do? First up, I got an interview of Javonte Williams with Patrick No C Walker of DallasCowboys.com. He's a voice of the star, Patrick Walker. He's actually a new upcoming beat writer for the Cowboys in the last couple of years. He was actually a YouTuber as well, blogging him on his own. And then they finally brought him in the door. Some shout outs to him. Shout outs to all the people on those shows because they are dope and they started out just like we are right now. They got the content. So what up, Terrence? What it do? What it do? All right, so I want to play this video interview of Javonte Williams, running back. Might help some volume. Volume might work.
Gentlemen, this is Patrick Walker with DallasCowboys.com, and I have the pleasure of standing here with one of the newest Dallas Cowboys running backs, Javonte Williams, former second-round pick of the Denver Broncos, comes over in free agency. Javonte, as a former second-round pick, you hit the ground for the Denver Broncos, named to the PFWA All-Rookie team. You've also played under a couple of coaches, but now you're coming to the Dallas Cowboys
you as well. What up,
James?
Like,
and what was your decision process in joining the Cowboys in free agency this year?
Yeah, I just really want to be a part of the change. I know it's a lot of changes that have happened here.
That's key to know. That's one thing Cowboy fans mostly have all been talking about. Whether they're in good or bad spirits is besides the point. Some of the Cowboy fans don't like what's been going on, and some of the Cowboy fans do. What up, Messi? What's good? What's good? I'll be back in about 2 minutes. All right, Landon, man. We'll see you then, brother. You watching NXT? Hell yeah, James. Yes, sir. Hit that button, said Noah. All right, so yeah, change. That is something that the Cowboy fan base, all of them unitedly, have been preaching that has been happening. It's different this year. Some of the fans like it, some of the fans don't, but it's different. Change is coming. We don't know if it's going to be good or bad yet. We'll have to see when it hits the field running, but we'll see as it goes along. We'll be documenting it. So let me get back into this video with Javonte Williams.
Here, I like the way Coach Shaw was talking, and Coach Porter and things like that, and just getting everything started and getting rolling, meet my new teammates.
Y'all hear the audio okay?
And championship coaching. Like I always try to do everywhere I go, just put my nose down and do whatever I got to do for the team.
And speaking of the couple of coaches that you played for with the Broncos, one being Sean Payton, offensive-minded coach, coming into the Cowboys, Brian Schottenheimer, newly named head coach and offensive play caller. He mentioned what his archetype is, and it's eerily what you bring to the table, a guy who can both take the handoffs and can be a receiver out of the backfield.
I also didn't know Javonte Williams was a second-round draft pick. I did not know that as a running back. He came in as a second-round draft pick for the Broncos, and he is a do-it-all back. He just He hasn't really lived up to the second round, although he does have some good stats. And based off the contracts of the two running backs that we brought in, I mean, Miles Sanders is almost paid like a camp body. He's only guaranteed like $100,000. Barely, not even $200,000. Less than $200,000 is Miles Sanders guarantees. So I mean, that's like filling in a camp body paycheck. Javonte Williams, on the other hand, he has a 1 point something million, so it's still under $2 million, but there's nothing that's tying these running backs to the Cowboys, saying that they're going to be on the team when the 53-man rosters come about. One or both of them may not even be here. I think at least one of them are going to be here, but I'm banking on one, I bet, goes out the door. And that might be Miles Sanders based on the contracts. Well, all right, we'll play back in the audio.
About what you bring in that dynamic to the Cowboys to help put them over the hump in the offensive standpoint.
Yeah, playing for a coach like Coach Payton, and just teach you to be gritty, strong, tough, and I feel like that's things I'm gonna have to bring to the Cowboys as well. Because I mean, it's gonna be ups and downs, but you gotta keep going. And like you said, I just make plays, run the ball, catch the ball, however it may come. I just try to make.
I just make plays, run the ball, catch the ball, however it may come. And he does. He is a power back, I would say, as well.
Now, you're also going to be joining a running backs group that was also acquiring Miles Sanders here recently.
Messi, I don't know off the top of my head. I'd have to go look at the receivers in each division. Off the top of my head, I'm not gonna say because I don't know. I'd have to go watch, but.
I don't know if you've had an opportunity to watch Miles Sanders as a veteran play, but how can that dynamic work? And just as a tandem in an offense run by Dak Prescott that features CeeDee Lamb, how explosive do you see you guys being in 2025?
Yeah, I mean, the sky's the limit. I've been watching Miles since he was at Penn State. He was with the Eagles and a little bit at Carolina. I mean, I always respect his game. Nothing but respect, and I'm just ready to get in here and compete with him and grind.
You're coming off a couple of seasons, actually, last 2 years with the Broncos, more than 1,800 yards from scrimmage, 9 touchdowns combined. You're dynamic in the backfield in all ways, but you're also a solid pass protector as well. Just talk about that aspect, because that's something that's going to be huge as far as keeping Dak Prescott up.
Yeah, that's something that's going to be very big and helpful to Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott is his ability to block in the pass protection. Like, we definitely need that. But he has some good numbers. As much as people don't put a whole lot of credit on Javonte Williams, he's got some good numbers. And if you go watch his tape, I mean, I can't say that his effort's down at all. That boy's got some effort for sure. All right, James, I appreciate it, brother. But I'm going to get back into it here.
Right. Yeah, it just gotta go back to pride, just my pride. I don't want to look at a tape and see me on the ground, somebody throwing me around or something like that. I'd rather be the person throwing somebody else around. So
this man says, I don't want to put any bad tape on. Instead of you seeing me get thrown on the ground by somebody, if the play goes left, I'm going to be the one throwing somebody on the ground.
Anytime I can make myself look good on film, that's what I'm trying
Exactly. To do. Anytime he can make himself look good on film. So, I mean, that can go good or bad. It depends. Because you got the people that are like the pile jumpers, the people that'll come in and jump on the pile like after the tackle's already been made, but like trying to get the stat. I'm not saying that. No, I'm not saying that's what he is, but I'm just that's the thing.
Play caller, as far as the dynamic that you bring and how.
What up, River?
Yeah.
What up, Still?
I mean, he was just telling me, just
what
just
to do. What to do.
He gonna look at me as a person to try to be a leader in the team, somebody that already seen and been there. And just keep my head positive, try to keep everybody upright, and just work.
Ladies and gentlemen, Javonte Williams.
All right, shout outs Patrick Nussey Walker and Dallas Cowboys. I got a Dante Fowler here with Nicole Hutchinson interview I'm going to do next. It's a tidbit longer than this one was, but not much. All right, so let's get into that. Bow, bow, bow.
Well, Cowboys Nation, the Dallas Cowboys has spun the block on one of the better pass rushers in the Dallas.
I'll agree. Dante Fowler was probably Washington's best pass rusher, and you could say that he had limited snaps. Oh, they're not necessarily limited, but he had limited starts. I'll probably word it like that. He didn't have a whole lot of. He didn't start every game as a starter, but he played every game. What up, Wicked? What it do? What up, everybody? Smash that. Yes, sir. Throw it up. Throw it up. Throw it up. Throw it up. All right. But yeah, we're going to get back into this. Dante Fowler here.
Dallas Cowboys organization from a couple of years ago. Dante Fowler, welcome back, man. How good does it feel?
Man, it feels amazing to be back, man. I'm definitely happy to be here in Dallas. Ready to
DJ
get
Moore to the Bears.
For sure.
I'd call your last season in 2024, your I'm still here year because, you were more of a rotational piece, 2022, 2023 in Dallas. But when he went to Washington, DQ was able to get the best.
Yeah, well, we had him in Dallas. When Dante Fowler was here before he went to Washington, we did have a good D-line then. But that was really it. And they still couldn't run stop. But we had a good D-line, rotational pass rushers, I would say, because we were front runners. They were soft. Anytime they played a team that could run the ball, they couldn't stop it. People were running. What did Michael Irvin call our defense over the past few years? The Oprah Winfrey defense. You get 300 yards. You get 200 yards. Talking about handing out yard certificates to the running backs because they be running all over the Cowboys. That's why they're making such an emphasis on the run game. So now mostly on the offense, it has been more prevalent than on the defense so far. I will say that the two linebackers are decent run stopping linebackers, but let me get back into this. Judy had a great year. Zay's pretty good. Zay's quick. Oh, Zay Flower. I was thinking Zay Jones.
Out of you in terms of sacks specifically.
I don't know. Zay Jones is still here.
How big was that year for you in terms of that production?
It was pretty big, just to be able to go out there and, still go out there and just like you say, show the people that I'm still here and be able to produce at a high level. I felt really confident going in this season, especially with these.
Stephen Smith Sr. would say Jerry Jeudy is just a guy. He jagged. Stephen Smith went on a tirade about Jerry Jeudy because he tried to criticize Jerry Jeudy in one way. Not so bad, not like a horribly negative way. Jerry Jeudy went snapping back. So he was like, yo, I was just trying to be nice. You're really just a jag. Like, just another guy. Like, you really ain't nothing. And that's what not Stephen A. Smith, but Steve Smith Sr., the one that played, the fearful one, the one that was coming out and hitting people and running his mouth and backing it up. He was also a broadcaster. Steve Smith, yeah. And I take his word for it. I'm going to call him just another guy. Yeah, I would take Debo's name out of there, though. Put the guy from New York in there over that. Debo washed, yeah. But, yeah, I'd have to see the list of wide receivers for each division to be able to tell you.
These past 2 years, getting to work from Coach AD and Micah and D-Law with the D-Law group that we had, I definitely...
Especially now since free agency hit, because it's all been rotated.
Took a lot of that and learned a lot from these past couple of years and took that to Washington and, just put it all out there and just let my work, show for itself. I was able to get double-digit sacks and stuff like that with, some more rep.
And Dante Fowler, he's actually been able to get double-digit sacks for the last few years, even as a rotational or just call it a rotational piece. Exactly. That's what I was saying. A boy from New York, Neighbors. That's it. Neighbors is better than Debo. I agree.
Reps that I was able to play this year, but it definitely worked out in a good way, and I'm happy to be back now.
What can you learn or take from what you learned in Washington and bring it back here to Dallas?
Just being a vet, definitely matured a lot in that way. I'm getting up there now, so just being a vet, being that vet that can, lead on the young guys, lead by a good way, try to develop them in a good way, lead by a good example and things like that. Just going out there.
I got you, Messi. Like I said, it'd be hard for me to tell. I'd have to literally see the list so that I could be like, all right, yeah, he better. To give a real answer. A guess. If I were to just guess, I might say that hey, I'm gonna be a homer and say the East, but a true answer, I'd have to see the list. Oh, excuse me.
Setting the tone for my defense and getting wins and second quarterback.
What's something that you feel Matt Eberflus can get out of you that no other defensive coordinator has been able to get out?
He can get a lot out of me, to be honest with you, just because I still have a lot out there.
He says, "Man, I still got a lot to play for. I'm still hungry. I still want more. We got to the NFC Championship game in Washington, but we didn't win it all. My belly ain't full yet.
Proven,
DK's tough. I wish we could have got DK. I've been hearing rumors about Pickens might be leaving the Steelers, but those have just been like little underbelly rumors
to put out there. So, I'm looking forward to playing in this defense, and I'm ready to go out there and lay it all on the line.
Like what you said there, you have a lot to prove. I saw a tweet on Twitter where you had said that, the disrespect, I can't take it no more. So just what are you looking to prove?
Yeah, that's how we knew Dante Fowler. What up, DB? DD? That's how we knew Dante Fowler was a freak about not to get paid by Washington. As he put, man, he tweeted like, yo, the disrespect is crazy. So people like Brian Broaddus immediately thought, oh, they're not about to sign him back. They don't value him like that. Damn. The Steelers are always as much watch. I got you. That's if Pickens stays, Messi. There's been some underbelly rumors about Pickens possibly being traded. That he's being shopped around. Whether he goes anywhere or not, that's another story. What up, Didi? I have no idea. It may be just rumors, but usually where there's smoke, there's fire. What up, Josh? What it do? What it do? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We watching the video of Dante. Well, I'm watching the video and reacting to the video of Dante Fowler and Nicole Hutchinson. It's an interview. It's like the introductory interviews of the players we signed in free agency. Shout out to the Cowboys. I don't own the rights to this content, but that's what the disclaimer in the intro is for. What up, Sarah? What it do? What it do? All right, we're going to get back into this.
What's left to prove for Dante Fowler?
And just keep showing guys that I'm one of those guys. I feel like I'm better than a lot of some of the guys out here. And, I'm just...
Oh, that's a shout out. Like, he already throwing shots. I feel like I'm better than some of these guys. Like, let's go. I want to hear that.
Keep coming out there with that chip on my shoulder and
yes, sir, wicked.
So I play this game for the love of my game. And every time I go out there, anytime I get an opportunity to play football, I'm gonna leave it out there. Excuse my language.
Oh, they had to bleep out a curse word. Dallas Cowboys, forget this is YouTube. Go ahead and let it loose, you. I bet they put that video out for children though, so they try not to curse. I'm sure, because they have a very vast fan base.
I mean, and you're also joining a defensive line with Sam Williams.
That's dope, Josh Perry. That's dope, brother. Keep it up, man. Maybe DallasCowboys.com will hire you. Nicole, like a lot of these people that are conducting these interviews started out, scouting on their own, reporting and writing on their own. And Cowboys, they pay attention and they bring in people that they feel fit what they're looking for in the building. Sir. All right, back into it. We got about a minute left.
You faced injuries as well last year. Michael Parsons, one of the best pass rushers alongside you on this defensive line. How good do you feel like this defensive line can be?
Oh, man, I love this defense line. The sky's the limit. Shout out to Osa. Just being with him and seeing how hard he worked to where he's at now.
Yeah, shout out to
I'm
Osa.
definitely excited to be with him again. Love playing with Micah. I love him. He's one of my favorite players in the league. And, Sam, I've always been a big fan of Sam. I'm a huge fan of him.
Man, I'm looking forward, honestly, to Sam Darnold having a breakout year. He was supposed to have it last year. He got hurt in training camp. I think he's going to be a premier rusher for the Cowboys. It's just been understated that he got hurt in training camp last year, and it was devastating for him. So hopefully Sam Williams comes back healthy this year. Marshawn Nealon, who is a rookie, who they call the D-Law replacement. He has a very like style compared to D-Law. So there's that as well. Those both players. Two names to be looking for the Cowboys are Sam Williams and Marshawn Nealon, obviously had their name mentioned by the broadcast during the games. Obviously, Dante Fowler and Micah Parsons' names are going to be mentioned, but those are two other names to listen for.
He's super talented. He's working his tail off.
Royal did he wrote. I'm not sure what you mean, Didi.
To get back this year, and I think this is going to be his best year yet. So, and all the other guys, I was able to watch some of the guys you guys had last year, and I'm super excited. Over Sean. So.
Oh nah, Didi. Everybody knows I smoke. I don't try to advertise it or promote it, but yeah, I mean I'm gonna hit my vape. That just is what it is. But yes, sir, yes, ma'am. Only Bloodline. I have a role model. There you go, Bloodline.
Man, I'm definitely really excited to be back in this defense and to help get this defense to be one of the top defenses in the league and to help the team get some wins.
We can see the smile on your face. It's truly genuine. So I'm excited. I know you're excited. Best of luck to you this season.
Yeah, you can definitely tell Dante Fowler's happy to be back in the Cowboys facility. He's got a short video that he posted. Let me see what he said.
We'll what up, Cowboy Nation, man? It's Dante Fowler here. Definitely happy to be back, man. Ready to go get some sacks. Ready to go turn AT&T Stadium up, man. Let's do it. Let's ride.
Yes, sir. Hey, that was a little short video that he had posted. No, yeah, you didn't offend me. No. All right, so pause this before it plays. Now we're going to listen to the Jack Sanborn with Tom Yarnish interview. Jack Sanborn is the linebacker that we got from the Bears that actually is probably one of the most underrated players that we're bringing in. I think he's going to actually play pretty phenomenal for me. Everything you hear coming away from the Bears is that they lost one with this guy. So Jack Sanborn, I think Jack Sanborn is going to be a linebacker that's going to probably do good for the Cowboys. It may even surprise some people. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and get into this interview. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure y'all hit that like button.
This Cowboys linebacker.
And again, I don't own the rights to this content. If you want to watch the actual full video, make sure you go over to Dallas Cowboys YouTube page. They have them posted over there. They own the credits to them. So I'm just here to critique it, show it to y'all, and give you my reaction.
Jack Sanborn. Jack, welcome to Dallas. You've been from Lake Zurich to Wisconsin, then back in Chicago, and now you head down south in a much warmer climate. What's it like to be in the sun a little bit more, but more importantly, being a Dallas Cowboy?
All right. Yeah, night, Landon. You have a good night, brother.
I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited about what
Stay
Coach
blessed.
Schottenheimer and everyone in this building is creating here in Dallas.
So far, that's a pretty big consistency that I've noticed between these interviews, just these first three. The change in Dallas, and that they're all buying in for Brian Schottenheimer way more than you would have anticipated, especially not knowing who he was before really the season, other than he had done a whole lot of coaching in the NFL, just not being a head coach. He hadn't had an offer for like 15 years. So it's crazy. What up, Billy? What it do? What it do? Welcome in, welcome through.
And I'm excited to be a part of it. And it is wild to finally, I guess, get down south from the cold. So I am looking forward.
Man, this guy looks like a mixture of Leighton Vander Esch and Sean Lee put together. This dude looks like a mixture of Leighton Vander Esch and Sean Lee mashed into one player.
To just the weather and how it is and everything, but no.
He's got like the Sean Lee shape with the head and neck, look like a snake, and then he's kind of got the face a little bit of Leighton Vander Esch.
Couldn't be more pumped up and couldn't be more excited to get on this
God
journey.
dang, Carnage.
You started your first 3 years with the Bears. You're undrafted. You worked your way onto the roster. What did you learn during that time period about yourself as a player, and how are you looking to bring that down here with you to Dallas?
Just continue to work, be confident, and
Yes, sir.
yeah, I mean, there's so much work that goes into it, so much work not only on yourself, but then
yeah, one thing that the Bears fans have heard, or I've heard some of the this was a guy that played above the shoulders. This guy was a very smart player. There's a lot of critiques about his passing game, talking about how he defends the pass. I don't think it's that bad, but he's ranked number 33rd or 33 for sacking the quarterback as a linebacker. He is the 33rd ranked linebacker at sacking the quarterback, and this is an unknown name guy out of people only really know about him are the people in Chicago that are over there mentioning how much they missed out on keeping this guy around. This was a good guy to keep around. This is a very good football player.
Collaborating with so many people and so many things have to come together for you to go out there and win on Sundays. And
this is 3. Noah, this got 3.
Can't be more excited to be here and get going on that goal with this group.
You weren't the only person to come down here from Chicago. Matt Eberflus, Dave Borgonzi came alongside with you.
And yes, this guy actually has played under 2 of the coaches we have, as in Dave Borgonzi and Matt Eberflus. They both have had this guy under their wing. So that's how we kind of were able to pick him out and find him, is because these are 2 coaches we have that are like, yo, we know he's a player. We know they're not going to value him. Let's take him. And that's what they did. They snagged him up, and I'm happy that they did, because everything I'm hearing coming out about Jack Sanborn is he's a hell of a player. What up, Kitchen
What's your
Billy?
relationship been like with them the last 3 years in Chicago, and how excited are you to keep on working with them here in Dallas?
Good. I mean, both are great coaches and both are great defensive minds, and I think that is one thing that stood out for me with my time in Chicago, and just at the same time, both just great people and people that you want to play for, and 2 people that kind of get the best out of me, I think. And I really enjoyed working with them. I'm excited to work with them some more and, have a great defense here.
Speaking of that defense, your teammates in the past couple of days have talked about how Matt Eberflus is one that flies to the ball. Attack is a word that's been used a lot. How do you see yourself?
Yeah, that's another word that when listening to the coaches interview when they came in, attack, high effort, high efficiency. That's what they mentioned, and they're talking about high attack. They ain't gonna let the play happen. They're gonna make the play happen. It really is. Carter is lonely. He has nobody. I think that's how Carnage likes it.
Fitting
welcome
into
back.
that scheme,
Welcome back.
With a familiar coach like Matt Eberflus.
Yeah, I think being aggressive. One of the big things is he wants to stop the run, and I think being aggressive, being physical.
No, we don't want to stop the run. As a Cowboys fan base, we want the team to be like, we need to stop the run. Wanting to stop the run, we've been wanting to stop the run for years now. No, we need to be able to stop the run. Like that's got to be the focus.
Flying around to the football, make sure tackling well, and then try to get we got.
And this guy can tackle. This guy can tackle. Not just in quarterback according to the stats.
Got to get the football and take it away from opposing offenses, and that's something that he harps on, something that he wants to get accomplished, and that's why we're all here to do that together. So when the time comes in September, we use this time. It really matters.
We mentioned you're a Wisconsin Badger, and now one of your new teammates, Jake Ferguson. You get to reunite with him as well. How excited are you to be back there with the fellow guy? You wore a W on your helmet before, now it's a star.
Oh, pumped up. I mean, yeah, I was with him for 3 years there, and it's been
talking about how he played football in college with Jake Ferguson, our tight end.
Awesome to see from afar, what he's done here in Dallas so far, and I'm excited to see where he goes, not only next year, but continuing with his career and just all the great things he can continue to do in Dallas. But great guy, great teammate, great player. So definitely pumped up to see him again.
Hell yeah. Well, that was Jack Sanborn again with Tommy Yarnish, Dallas Cowboys interview for the introductory. We got Rob Jones, who the Cowboys got from Dolphins free agency. Kyle Yeomans is conducting the interview. I'm going to go ahead and get into it. Left.
How's it going, Cowboys Nation? Kyle Yeomans back here from the Star in Frisco. We're joined by another Cowboys signee, Rob Jones, offensive lineman. And the reason I say offensive lineman is because you can do a whole lot of things across the board, but the big thing is protecting Dak Prescott, running.
Addie!
I just did.
All right. Did you come down here already?
Get Micah off me.
You need to come take bedtime.
Not bedtime.
I said she needs to come down here to take, so she don't forget. All right, sorry about that. Had to remind the kids.
The football behind you guys. What's the excitement level as you make your way to Dallas?
Man, I'm just excited to get started, man. Go ahead, fresh start. Come to one.
Fresh start. Yes, sir.
Most procedures.
This is a big guy, so like Brock Hoffman's a big guy, but Brock Hoffman's only like 205, 215 at like 6'2", 6'1". And this guy, or no, 305, not 205. He wouldn't be a very good offensive lineman if he was 205. But 305 or something like that. But this guy comes in at like 336, 6'6". He's a big body on that offensive line, with experience at right guard and left guard. So he's a very good swing guard that we can bring in as a depth piece in case something goes down with Brock Hoffman or Tyler Biadasz or something like that.
Organizations in the league, for many years. And, just ready to come out and get started and win some games.
You talk about the prestige. This is a franchise and an organization that's had a lot of
That's one thing you can't take away from the Cowboys is that prestige.
Success with offensive linemen in the past. What's it like now becoming a part of this and trying to add to a group that has some guys in place already, but bring your special?
Yeah, Carnage is going to rip on anybody that's wanting it or accepting it or showing that they care about it. He's going to keep going on it. Carnage is exactly what his name says he is. And same with Toxic Steel to an extent.
Talent to the table too.
Man, man, I'm excited, man. It's like,
Except sometimes Toxic will aim it more towards the women. Carnage will too, but not to the same extent.
You get here, it's a group. It's a lot of talented guys on the offensive line. Me just being able to come in, just be around there, pick their minds, and just be able to compete with them, make me a better player. And then, have Coach Riley, and then
he got that iced out chain, big old diamond piece.
Coach Allen,
Dude, Micah, leave your brother alone. Why don't you watch your little video while Mama watches Who Wants to Be Yeah. Look, Micah, Peppa on the pig. All right, there we go.
Offensive-minded coach, anyway. It's just gonna help me. It's just help me develop.
Now you know how it feels to be a Cowboy fan, Billy. What made Dallas the right fit for you when you kind of sat down and saw, hey, this is where I want to be for this next year?
Man, you got a great quarterback. Dak. Got great players over here. Coach always talk about it. You want to run the ball, you want to be nasty, you want to be physical. And that's something I want to be a part of. I want to come over here. I want to run the ball. I want to just be one of the guys.
I see a little twinkle in the eye when you talk about being physical and running the ball effectively.
So again, We hear that being physical. So obviously the coaches are emphasizing to these players as they come in the door, be ready to be physical. Like, we're gonna play hard. It's gonna be get it out the dirt with some grit. That's what they need. They need to have that. They've been soft over the years, especially on defense, but offensive line have been as well.
Is that what you pride yourself in?
Yeah, I love the run game. I love being physical, no matter pass or run. But when I hear I want to run the ball, I love it.
Have you had a conversation with any of the either current or past Cowboys on that offensive line yet?
No, we ain't chopped it up yet, but it's coming.
It's only a matter of time. What's it been like walking around the Star, getting to see the facility for the first time, and kind of see where your new digs are as a Dallas Cowboy?
It's beautiful. I was expecting this. I come down here. Frisco's a beautiful place, and the Star, it's amazing.
Frisco's a beautiful place.
When you were with Miami, you spent these years kind of growing in your game, getting better along the way. What's the number one lesson you learned from your time with the Dolphins that you'll apply here in Dallas?
Man, I was at Miami for 4 years. It was a place that helped me develop. And just one thing I take away is just trusting myself and just taking one day at a time, be where my feet is. Don't think too far ahead. Just keep focused on getting better each and every day.
Well, you've got day one in the books, so that's a good start overall. Rob Jones joining us here at the Star in Frisco, another one of the newest Dallas Cowboys.
All right, so there's that video. Next, we have the Solomon Thomas video. We have a bunch of free agent signings, and they're all getting their interviews out. May have to do some more for another video and get into because I want to get into the conversation about Michael Irvin's reaction to the D-Law and Michael Parsons incident. It was, why are y'all so foolish? Y'all just enjoy talking crap. Y'all should be the plumber with how much shit you talk. God damn. I thought that was my job to talk shit. My job's the only job you can talk shit and get away with it. And you get paid for it. All right, so we get over here into the Solomon Thomas interview. We probably gonna have to save some of these interviews and get into the other.
Tommy Yarsh here alongside the newest Dallas Cowboy.
Get into the other topic I wanted to get into tonight.
Thomas Solomon, you grew up not too far from here. You're a Coppell Cowboy graduate. Now you're a Dallas Cowboy. How does this feel?
Oh, it's amazing. It's truly a dream come true. Playing in Coppell, being raised in Dallas area, and now getting to play in my hometown in front of people I love, my family, friends, close ones.
Welcome home, Solomon Thomas. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He was highly prospect coming out of the draft. I think he was like the 3rd overall pick in a first round in like 2018, something like that. He hasn't quite lived up to that, but he's a very good player. You just don't hear a lot about him, but he is a very solid player, and I think he's going to be able to be a good rotational piece for the Cowboys in the middle of that D-line.
So, I feel at home. It's a dream come true, and I can't wait to put on that star and win games here and bring championship here.
You worked with new Cowboys defensive line coach Aaron White-Cotton during your time with the New York Jets. Now you get to be with him here again. How much are you looking forward to being back with Coach White-Cotton, and what are you looking forward to in terms of working with him again? What can Cowboys fans expect from coaching him the defensive line?
I've been very blessed to work with Coach White-Cotton. I mean, I got there his second year.
Bro, that bloodline. That's just that's how they get down. They will always be rowdy in the chat. The Cowboys are physical on the field. Hopefully this year, some of the people in the community are always a little physical in the chat. How's it going, Potts? What was the best match so far?
There's a defensive line coach of the Jets, and just to see his growth the last 3 years has been insane. He's become one of the best line coaches in the league. You can look at the stats, see how he's produced, how how his players have played, the guys who've gotten paid, and so he's just so good at letting guys play their own game, and he's good at pushing us and taking us to the next level. He sets a standard that we can't ever bend or waver against. So, you're getting a coach who's always gonna give your all. He's intense. And he loves his players, and his players love him back. So I'm so excited to be back with Coach Wycon and be a Cowboy.
You mentioned him getting the best out of his
And
players.
be a
You kind of been
Cowboy.
utilized in a lot of different ways, lining up inside, outside. Where do you feel like you can thrive at your best in this scheme with Coach White Cotton and Matt Eberflus?
I just love the scheme. The scheme like turns off the brain. You just let the body play. It's an attack front, so you go attack every play. It's violence, it's effort, it's passion. That's what this front's about. So I feel like the scheme is best for me, best for my game, because I like to play fast. I like to be decisive. I like to be violent, and I like to play with a high effort. So we're running to the ball like every play, setting a standard of a team excellence and effort. So I can't wait to bring that here and be the best player I can be for the Cowboys.
Last one for you. You co-founded the Defensive Line. It's an awesome organization that's helping with trying to end youth suicide, specifically with people of color. And one of those co-partners with you is Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott. Now you guys get to play together. What is that like, and how good has Dak been for you throughout this process? And now that you get to be with him, how much do you look forward to continuing to build that forward?
I'm super excited. I'm super thankful for Dak and his foundation, Faith Fight Finish. They've helped us out tremendously. Donated to us, lifted our name up. They do such amazing work here. There's a reason Dak is Walter Payton Man of the Year for the amazing work he does in Dallas and around the world. He impacts so many lives. But to play with him as a teammate, I'm super excited. Heard the amazing leader he is. Obviously, his play talks for himself. He's the best quarterback in the league. So, I'm super happy to be here, play with him, and now Faith by finishing the defensive line, my foundation, we can work even more together, do great work, impact this community, and save as many lives as we can.
Hell yeah.
Tommy Yarsh here alongside the newest Dallas Cowboy.
Why did it restart? Hold on, I'm going to have to fix that. It restarted the interview. I was trying to do something real quick, add something to the title of the video here. There we go. There we go, guys. Sorry about that. I was updating the name of the video because I had it as Royal Talking Cowboys. I changed it also to breaking down the interview of incoming free agents all in one because we're just going to do all these. We'll do the Michael Irving video at another time.
Solomon, you grew up not too far from here. You're a Coppell Cowboy graduate. Now you're a Dallas Cowboy. How does this feel?
Oh, it's amazing.
That's right. We got
to become one of the best D-line coaches in the league. You can look at this paid, and so he's just so good at letting guys play their own game, and he's good at pushing us and taking us to the next level. He sets a
Appreciate that, Billy. Appreciate that. If you're talking to me,
standard that we can't ever bend or waver against. So, you're getting a coach who's always gonna give your all. He's intense, and he loves his players, and his players love him back. So I'm so excited to be back with Coach White.
Of course.
Trying to be a Cowboy.
You mentioned him getting the best out of his players. You've kind of been utilized in a lot of different ways, lining up inside, outside. Where do you feel like you can thrive at your best in this scheme with Coach White Cotton and Matt Eberflus?
I just love the scheme. The scheme turns off the brain. You just let the body play. It's an attack front, so you go attack every play. It's violence, it's effort, it's passion. That's what this front's about. So I feel like the scheme is best for me, best for my game, because I like to play fast.
That's good. That's good. Fast and aggressive. Again, we're hearing those words. Attack the ball. He feels like it's going to fit him. So hopefully, like I said, I'm pretty sure he's going to be a rotational piece. I don't think he's going to come in and be like the day one starter. I have high feelings that the Cowboys aren't going to just throw Mozzie to the side. So I feel like there's going to be a rotation between these guys, which I feel like keeps them fresh anyway. So.
Fast. I like to be decisive. I like to be violent, and I like to play with a high effort. So we're running to the ball like every play, setting a standard of a team excellence and effort. So I can't wait to.
I say that the best quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys is going to be the same one. What do you mean? You talking about just Dak Prescott? I mean, he is the quarterback. So I mean, for right now, he's the only one. I have high feelings that we're going to go pick somebody in the draft. late rounds to be a backup and just hope that Dak doesn't get hurt, because if Dak does get hurt, it doesn't matter. Even with the backups that are in free agency right now or availability, if Dak goes down there, where the team is still done anyway. Like, that's just the way it works.
Bring that here and be the best player I can be for the Cowboys.
What up, JF? What it do? What it do?
Last one for you. You co-founded the defensive line. It's an awesome organization that's helping with trying to end youth suicide, specifically with people of color. And one of those co-partners with you is Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott. Now you guys get to play together. What is that like, and how good has Dak been for you throughout this process? And now that you get to be with him, how?
I mean, you can't say that those are the best ones, because you got two that have won Super Bowls. So you can't just overlook a quarterback that won 2 Super Bowls in Roger Staubach, or a quarterback that won 3 Super Bowls in Troy Aikman. You can't just overlook them and put Tony Romo and Dak Prescott in that category until they get over that hump. Obviously, Romo never made it there. Cowboys haven't made it there in 30 years. Dak Prescott hasn't made it there in 9. So one thing I can say, though, is that this year the Cowboys have been doing free agency different, in the process different than they have in recent years. So we'll just have to see how it goes. We're hearing change a lot. We're hearing aggressive a lot. We're hearing physical. Like, these are things that we're hearing, and they all sound really good. Sounds like they're mixing the Kool-Aid up with the perfect ingredients to make it taste good. But are we quite ready yet to taste that Kool-Aid? I don't know, because I don't think they're done, and I really want to see what they do in free agency. I mean, in the draft. So it's going to be predicated a lot on those two things and who we bring in to see how much of it I get to drink. Because right now, I'm just looking at the Kool-Aid being made. I definitely ain't drinking it yet. My guard's still up, because I know the Cowboys can do Cowboy things.
How much do you look forward to continuing to build that forward?
I'm super excited. I'm super thankful for Dak and his foundation, Faith Fight Finish. They've helped us out tremendously. Donated to us, lifted our name up.
All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and go into the next interview. That's really it. He's talking about the Faith Fight Finish role for the organization that he has. Dak's also obviously a big part of that. So now they get to play together as teammates, even though they've been teammates off the field now in the same organization. All right, so now we have either the Kenneth Murray interview that we can do next, or I can do the highly criticized Kiar Elam cornerback interview. I'm not sure which one I should do first. I'm gonna do the Kiar Elam. I hope I'm saying his name right. Yeah, I mean, I agree.
Cowboys Nation, Tommy Arsh alongside the newest Dallas Cowboys quarterback, Kaiir Elam. Kaiir, thanks for your time.
Kaiir, so I'm saying it close enough. Kaiir Elam.
Welcome to Dallas. You started off in Florida, then you went to Buffalo. Now you're back in a much warmer climate. What is it like to be back in the sun, a little bit hotter temperatures, and more importantly, what's it feel like to be a Dallas Cowboy?
It's a blessing, man. I was so excited to find out that I was coming here. I was just ready to get back down south and really just prove myself right.
Prove himself right. Because the highest criticizes is that he can't cover. But there's also been a lot of critiques saying that he wasn't in the right system. He came into Buffalo. They changed the system to a more of a zone type coverage, and he's more of a man type player. And so he hasn't got to play at his best attributes because he's been in a system that doesn't really fit him. So can the Cowboys fit him into their system in a better way than he fit in Buffalo? Maybe. I think he still played pretty good in Buffalo. He was always in position, always there. So I mean, I saw some really good tape on this guy. So I don't know. I don't really have the negative criticism on him that some critics may have.
Like, come in and bite.
Yes, sir, Josh. Hey, who won? Who was the best match?
It's the coach, the new coaching staff here.
And part of that new coaching staff, Matt Eberflus, is like cornerbacks with more of your build.
He said they have a new culture here. I'm pretty sure that's what they said. Hold up. He whispered it.
And part of that new coaching staff, Matt.
Yeah. Just like come in and buy into the culture, the new coaching staff there.
Buying into the
Impose a new
culture.
coaching staff.
He said coming in and buying to the culture and the new coaching staff they have in here. So obviously this coaching staff has been very good with discussing with the players what they want, how they think they're going to fit, and what the plan is going forward, bringing him in. Coaches they're all very clear with all of these players that they already damn near know what role they're going to be playing. It's just get them out there and who else are they going to be playing next to? Because are the Cowboys done? We don't know.
Matt Eberflus is like cornerbacks with.
They still got plenty of money in cap space right now, and if they sign Micah, it's going to open up more. And I've been hearing a lot of things about the Cowboys and Micah signing might be sooner than later. I don't know. I've been hearing a lot of things that might be sooner than later, and that Micah might have stuck to his word. Who knows? Shout out to AOC. Attack on Cowboys had the video talking about that. He has some little bit of insight, as in he has a relationship with Micah Parsons' brother as well, Terrence Parsons. So AOC obviously bringing that up. That's his thing. He's got the insight to it. I'm just reporting what he's saying and taking it at face value from there.
More of your build, a little bit taller and heavier. Where do you feel like you can fit your best into this scheme and just
Are we back? Are we back? Are we back like Kobe and Shaq? I know. I don't know what happened. I had to go back and close out and come back in. I don't know what happened, man. I tried turning Wi-Fi on. I tried turning it back off. Just it wasn't playing nice to me. Tried to take me off of your TV. Kendrick told them turn the TV off. I know. I think 49ers got worse this year. Man, 49ers definitely got worse. I feel like we've gotten better than we have in the past season. I think we'll play much better. I think the players buy into the team and the new culture and coaching staff is evident. And I feel like the relationship that the coaches are building with these players is also evident. And I think, good night, love you. And I think it's going to pay dividends. Love you, Addie. Good night. Yeah, I think Jerry Jones said this is part of last year's. I'm just saying it to you in case. It's 15 minutes away. But Jerry Jones trying to tie last year's all in into this year. He's like, this was the plan last year. None of it happened last year. Last year we signed Eric Kendricks 1 week before the freaking preseason. Like, come on. Did nothing else in free agency. Absolutely nothing. With plenty of salary cap. All right, back into this interview with Kiar Elam.
game on the field?
I just feel like I have a chip on my shoulder. I just feel like I'm hungry. I'm ready to compete and win, and no matter what aspect of the position it is. The athletic side of the ball, I've always been a great athlete, but now like I feel like I strengthen my mental and sharpen my game when it comes to like the nuances of the things that I didn't know as a younger player. But yeah, man, I'm excited.
And in this cornerback room, you've got some veteran guys alongside you, Deron Bland, Trayvon Diggs, and the Dallas defense in years past has been known to take the ball away. Where do you see yourself fitting into that? And are Trayvon and Deron guys that maybe you've watched, as you've gone through the NFL career? And what's it like being able to play with them now?
It's awesome. It's great, man. Just to be able to see guys who have done it at a high level. Just really want to continue to just add more talent to that room and just continue to take the ball away and compete. That's all.
And culture is something that Brian Schottenheimer has emphasized, and you talked about a little bit earlier. From your perspective, what are you wanting to bring to this locker room from a culture standpoint in order to improve?
Again, culture. Culture. What up, birds? What it do, brother? What it do? Culture is different in this locker room. Brian Schottenheimer is talking about bringing an action. Like, the Cowboys have been lacking a culture forever. But back into this interview with Kiar.
That and get this team.
What up, kid? What it do? What it do, brother? Welcome in. Welcome in. What it do? What it do? All of you, make sure you tap that like button too. Yes, sir.
Like you had mentioned earlier, more wins.
Really like playing with that chip on the shoulder, like, you know what I mean?
I saw him like a week ago.
Like that. I'm here to prove something every day. I'm here to compete.
So Kiara Earlum is coming in here. He's happy to be next to Diggs and Bland. He's coming in here to compete and play. And he wants to make a difference, he's saying.
I want to bring that to the building every day. When people see me, I want to know that, I'm not coming to play around. You know what I'm saying? I just want to go and compete and show that this was a great idea. That's all.
He wants to show them that them bringing him in the building was not a bad idea, that it was a good idea, and that he's happy to be here and he's ready to play and show the critics wrong.
You're certainly not alone in that. Thanks for your time, Kyer. Hey, Cowboys Nation.
Bloodline. Jerry's kind of fallen back. I think Stephen Jones is more taking the reins. All right, so we got Paris Campbell. We got next two we want to put out there for the interview that we gonna watch too for the interview. All right, so there was another one over here. It was Kenneth Murray. Where's the Kenneth Murray one? I know I saw it. I saw it. All right, so we're just going to look it up. Bang, bang, bang. That's how we get going and taking out the Niners gang. Bang, bang, bang. All right, so we're going to pull it up. Bright future. All right, there's the Dallas Cowboys page. We'll go down and find the video of my dang self. No help to YouTube showing them to me. Videos. On the bridge in the playoffs. All right, so here we go. We got them all up. Where's that Kenneth Murray interview? That's what I'm going to do next. Kenneth Murray, linebacker, Tennessee. Here we go, Nicole Hutchinson.
Hello, Cowboys Nation. Welcome here. We are joined by...
At this point in time, I would take Russ over Rodgers.
Nicole Hutchinson, also the team reporter. And we are joined by Kenneth Murray, who just agreed...
I'd rather win 8 games than 3.
...to terms with the Dallas Cowboys. And, I mean, just hearing the news about you being here and now a Dallas Cowboy, how does it feel?
It's definitely great. I grew up
obviously watching the Cowboys. It's a great place, great organization, and so yeah, I'm excited to be here.
Man, he can show that excitement a little more. Come on, Kenneth, put a smile on your face. Make this world a better place. Come on, Kenneth Murray. It's all right. This man got the most monotone, straight look. Like it looked like he got a little undertone smirk maybe to it, but man show like no emotion.
I love being able to have that strong moment.
Probably Jackson Dart.
And you had some production in 2024.
I think Rodgers needs to go to his couch.
With the Titans, you talk about 95 tackles, 8 tackles for loss, and interception. Very active for that Titans defense.
He had some good numbers for Tennessee's defense. I ain't gonna lie, he had some really good numbers, and so I've seen some good tape. I haven't yet to see the bad tape. I've heard other people have criticized heavily over the picks that the Cowboys have gotten in free agency, and to me, some of it's deserved, I guess, but a lot of it's not. Like the Cowboy, us as Cowboy fans have been asking for change, and we're getting it. It may not be exactly what you hoped for, but we're getting it, and we'll have to see how it works out. With everything else that they're saying. You talking 6 years ago, kid Cowboy?
How do you look to build off of that?
You talking 6 years ago?
I'll just kind of recap.
Bird, you want him to follow the Brett Favre plan, don't you?
Kind of bring my play style, play downhill, fly around to the ball, and just wreak havoc.
He wants to wreak havoc, play physical, fly to the ball. I want to see it happen. And I want to see it happen for the man. Is Mom laying in bed upstairs?
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm turning this TV off. Hold on, I will. You could have just set it in the other room like that. It would have been fine. All right, there we go. Get that TV off. Turn that TV off.
I think, when I'm doing that, it's very special. So, I'm just trying to come in and just, be around
Good night, love you.
You guys are going to win and just win some games.
Like what you said about wreak havoc to the ball, that's just something that Matt Eberflus in a defense.
Me, Wicked.
So what excites you about being a part of such a high-flying defense, physical defense here in Dallas?
Well, I mean, football is physical, and, playing defense, you have to have that mentality.
Football is physical, and they want to play physically, and you got to have that little bit of crazy. You got to have that little bit of crazy. Do you want to be on defense?
Physicality is something that's extremely important in this game, and so I think for us it's going.
Messi, like I said, I'm hearing rumors that they might even be getting rid of Pickens, that they're shopping him. I'm not saying that they will, but there's rumors, and usually where there's smoke, there's fire that follows behind. So we'll have to see how that plays out. We'll have to see who is actually all on that team when it's said and done. Free agency don't stop. Free agency is still ongoing.
Will be, definitely a staple of what we're about. And so, talking to the DC, talking to the LB coach, everybody around, it's definitely been exciting seeing, what we're going to be able to do, what we're going to be able to put on the field. And so, yeah, I'm just excited to get to work and just go from there.
How do you feel like your role can evolve here in Dallas?
I'm looking to be
Hey, I'm not saying that he ain't. I'm saying that there's been talks of him being shopped around for a trade. I'm hearing that there's been talks of him being shopped around for a trade. I mean, who's the quarterback? They ain't even figured that out yet. They're going to have Najee Harris throwing them the ball?
the dude, the guy in the middle, running everything.
I don't know what JT Realmoto means.
That's when I'm at my best, when I'm in the middle of everything. I'm running the show. Just flying around making plays.
The guy in the middle, you also had someone that you played played with, Eric Kendricks, who was the team's leading tackler in 2024 here. Not here anymore. But just talking about what you kind of drew from him from learning and playing alongside
Come
him,
on,
what do
me?
you take from that?
I
and
never
bringing
fell
him
off.
out?
I mean, EK, man, he's a big vet. You know, been in the
Talking
league
about
over a
Eric
decade.
Kendricks being his best
You know,
friend.
I played with him for a season, learned a lot from him.
Now he's just getting into about Eric Kendricks, who actually ain't even a Cowboy no more, so there's no real need to worry about that. But he talking about how Eric Kendricks, and when he got to play with him, they became best friends. I thought I might have seen his name in free agency list on the over the cap. I couldn't remember though, but I had already said my statement. So, all right, we'll go back. Who else is on the list? I know there's Peyton Turner, Paris Campbell. So we got Miles Sanders, Peyton Turner. Yeah, whatever that is. And Paris Campbell, Peyton Turner, Miles Sanders. We'll do the Miles Sanders one now. We'll do the Miles Sanders interview. Remember, he got paid the least amount of money.
Hey there, Cowboys Nation.
Miles
Kyle Yeoman.
Sanders got paid dirt. Like, his guarantee is only like $115,000. It's crazy. It's under $200K. I know that.
Here from the Star in Frisco with one of the newest running backs for this Dallas Cowboys team, Miles Sanders. And you know, I'm gonna just admit it. It's nice to see you on the good.
Joey Bosa is good. He just got overshadowed by his brother when Nick came in. Joey Bosa was doing hella good. He just got kind of overshadowed by his little brother.
Good side of things now after playing.
They have another brother that's in. Oh, no, never mind. Is it the Bosa? No, I think it's the Watts. The Watts have another brother that's in. Derek Watt.
With the Philadelphia Eagles and then the Carolina Panthers for as long as you did. What's kind of these last couple of days been like, and what's it like being around the Star in Frisco?
Touch the screen.
The last couple of days been, just a lot of patience, a lot of talking to the coaches and, just getting that relationship, building that relationship with them, which I.
So again, we're hearing those words, relationship. Like, they're definitely building a relationship with the coaches.
Appreciate
and
it.
I like hearing that. Consistently hearing that.
It's not really talking about football, just really just building relationships with these guys. So which is a plus for me, and I feel like I made the right decision. This is a fit for me, and I like what the coach is doing for his identity, and I came from stuff like that, and just ready to ball out and contribute to the team.
Yeah, you said it's not always about football.
Ready to
your
ball
football
out.
film speaks
If
for
he's
itself.
a Cowboy.
Why was this?
I don't think Miles Sanders will even be a Cowboy when the 53-man roster hits. I mean, they only guaranteed him 100 and like it's like 120. It's under 200K. He only has guarantees of 200K. He's got like the less than the veteran minimum as guarantees. I think the veteran minimum is almost $500,000. So this man's guarantees are less than the veteran minimum. He may not even be on the roster when the 53-man hits. I think the running back that's going to be the starter for the Dallas Cowboys, I think that's going to be one of the rookies, honestly. The Dallas Cowboys defense are good. They're shoring it up. It needs a lot of work. The defense definitely needs a lot of work. They need to be able to stop the run.
It's the right fit from an X's and O's standpoint to be here in Dallas and to contribute into that back.
But we're also going to need to be able to run the ball. Yeah, Brandon Aubrey's great.
One, you don't really get too many places where your OC is the offensive line.
Don't be mad because your kicker can't kick 60-yarders.
Coach, which is a first for me and exciting for me.
Or 65-yarders.
I heard about Adams and yeah, just what he's about, and I know his resume is pretty good, and just ready to run the football. I ain't gonna lie. He's just
ready to run the football. I don't think Miles Sanders is going to be the starter. Honestly, kid. I mean, you may. That may be fine. Why not? Zeke did it. Zeke was the starter his rookie year. Sanders was good with you guys, Birds. He averaged 5 yards a carry. Stop touching the screen. He averaged 5 yards a carry with the Eagles, but they also have a hell of a good O-line. When he went to the Panthers, he averaged like 3.8, or 3.5, 3.8. Yeah, having a kicker that hurts the team. You crazy, Cowboy. You crazy. You're from the 105.3 channel, aren't you? Aren't you? Didn't I meet you in the 105.3 The Fan YouTube chat? You and there was someone else that was in there. Where's he at? He should be over here too.
Offensive line coach is an OC, so but I am used to running the ball and having that type of mentality and establishing the line of scrimmage and teams that I've been on. So.
And you've seen that across the board from the Cowboys offensive line the last couple of years. On the opposite side of things, I mean, what have you seen from this offensive line, and how excited are you to work with guys like Tyler Smith up in front?
I'm excited, I'm just ready to meet them, just to see what they like to do, what they like from the running back, just really trying to pick their brain and see what we can do, go from there.
And you mentioned Clayton Adams. You mentioned kind of the new coaching step.
You feel you really don't have to get far in the red zone. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could say that. You could say that, kid.
And the culture that Brian Schottenheimer's trying to build here. How does it compare to some of the other stops that you've had along your journey?
Very, very similar.
I don't want to rely on a kicker, but I want to be able to have a kicker that I can rely on when I need a clutch kick. I want to be able to score points. I want to be able to score points. That ain't all we do. Man, you're crazy. You don't watch enough football games, Bird.
It just seems like he's very, very serious about it, and
I'm gonna support the team regardless.
What it looks like when we put the pads on and get to work. So, but I'm extremely excited, very intrigued, and I'm
gonna always support. Yeah, I put that up there so you didn't lose it. I'm gonna always support the team and hope for the best. I'm gonna have realistic expectations in how I come into the game and how I call the football games and stuff. What? All right, yeah, it goes to your Batman card. Whatever you did with it.
Happy to be here.
Now, what is one of the things that you've learned in the early parts of your career that you're going to bring here to Dallas?
What do you mean? The Dallas Cowboys have been getting players all free agency. We signed about 11 or 12 free agents.
To try and implement here in year number one.
Just a winning
atmosphere. And I don't feel that they're done yet. Threes don't win.
Just know what it takes to win. Take it one day at a time, 1 week at a time, one game at a time, and just take it slow. That's all. Just worry about the little things too.
2022 Pro Bowl running back Miles Sanders now joining us here as a Dallas Cowboy. Good to have you here in Dallas.
Welcome to Dallas, Miles Sanders, where you might not even make the team. I'm hearing that there's a high chance that neither of the running backs we got in free agency make the team. All right, so we're going to get to the Peyton Turner interview, and then we'll have one more interview after this to conclude this live stream.
Back here at the Star.
Right now, Kid Cowboy, what I'm doing is I'm watching all the I'm reacting to all the introductory interviews from all the free agency acquisitions. Eagles, what are you doing over here? Hey, Kid Cowboy, you already know. They win a Super Bowl, and the first thing they think about is the Cowboys.
In Frisco, Kyle Yeomans of DallasCowboys.com with one of the newest Dallas Cowboys, Peyton Turner, edge rusher out of free agency and a Lone Star State product out of Houston, coming back home to play now for the Dallas Cowboys. What's it like being back in town?
I don't think he's wasted money, man. We haven't overplayed for a player yet, and I'm hearing rumors that Micah Parsons is going to stick to his word about not being an overpaid player, about not wanting to be the highest paid player, if that means that he isn't going to have good teammates surrounding him. So we'll have to see. I'm hearing from shout outs to AOC, Attack on Cowboys. That boy broke down a video where he and Terrence Parsons, Micah Parsons' brother, had kind of had like a back and forth about what's going on with Micah's contract. hearing good things coming out, that they're getting closer on it. That Terrence Parsons told AOC, and again, shout out to AOC because this is his information that he received. You can watch it on his channel if you want to watch what I'm talking about. Is that Terrence Parsons talked about that AOC was going to pretty much be mind blown when he sees the contract. That it's not that Michael Parsons stuck to his word, and that somehow he got his agency or his representation to not step on Jerry's neck too tight. So we have overpaid nobody this offseason so far. Osa, we got him on a very team-friendly deal as well. But, yeah, I'm going to get back into this Peyton Turner interview.
Texas, and why is Dallas the right fit for you?
I'm excited, man. 4 hours up the road down in Houston, so just being back home is a good feeling. Got me excited. So I'm excited about being here in Dallas. Fresh start for them, fresh start for me, right? So I'm just ready to get to it.
What's it like?
I got you, James. I don't think anybody's getting fired mid-season, and the Cowboys don't fire coaches mid-season. They only did that with one coach, that was Wade Phillips, and that was because the locker room turned on him. Everything we're hearing from these interviews with all these players, this locker room is nowhere close near to turning on Brian Schottenheimer. Brian Schottenheimer is actually, in fact, the reason why a lot of these players are coming over here. The changes that he is actually implementing. And what makes it different is the Cowboys' process to this offseason. They have allowed him to go get his own coaches. They have allowed him to be a part of everything, as in the what you call it, when they come out of college and they do the combine. Like, our coaches were actually at the combine. Mike McCarthy wasn't at the combine. He always stayed back in Dallas. So we'll just have to see. Exactly, kid.
Walking
Like, it's
around
all
the
new.
Star, getting the chance to meet some of your teammates and some of your future coaches as well. What's that whole process been like for you?
It's been good. Good energy, good buzz around the whole facility. This facility's huge too, so a little different than New Orleans, but I'm excited to get to it. Coaches have been great. Just getting to know how they see my role, how they see the defense, how they see the culture and the environment.
I wish we signed a bunch of nobodies with the exception of 2 people. I don't think that they're a bunch of nobodies, though. Honestly, I think that they are bodies that we needed for rotation, because every time we had a player go down, the drop-off in how they played with the players underneath them fell off substantially. So they are backfilling the back end of their roster like they should.
And
unless they really get blown out, they'll stick around. I agree, kid. I agree.
It's been exciting. I'm looking forward to it.
Now, former first-round pick out of the University of Houston. You've been
Yeah, and again, all the players that we picked up are all ex-first-round players. A lot of them are still young. A lot of them didn't really go to the right place for the right fit. And who knows? This is a second chance for a lot of these players. Yes, they are ex-first-round draft players. You can also say that they're first-round bust, or however you want to look at it. But a lot of these guys are first-round scouted talent that we brought in. And I'm not mad at it, because the depth that it's going to give our roster is going to be what makes it so much better.
Around the NFL for a couple of years now, what are some of the things you can bring to the table that this Dallas defense is going to utilize?
Athleticism. I think everybody looks like on the front is just a lot of athletes. Obviously got Micah, Osa, just like the whole front seven. I'm excited to get to work with them. And but for me personally, I just think I bring high effort, physical brand of football, and I gotta get the quarterback. So
and again, we hear these players talking about physical brand of football. So all of these players are all talking about culture and being physical. So you can tell right away that the coaches are obviously implementing a system that they're preaching heavily to these players as soon as they walk in the door. And I like that, because they're all saying the same thing.
They do want to get
You mentioned Micah and Osa. What's it going to be like playing next to those guys? Have you gotten a chance to talk to either one of them?
Oh yeah, so they both came out my year too. So I thought you were talking.
Exactly. We never know. A lot of these players have really good tape. If you go watch a lot of the tape from these players, they put a lot of good film out there.
Just a little bit coming out. Micah not as much yet.
This guy, Peyton Turner, I think he's a really good player. The only knock on him is staying healthy. If he can stay healthy for the Cowboys, I feel like he could be a very good piece for them.
Just got here today, right? So I'm excited to play with them, though. Know a lot of attention to be on them, so get to get mine.
What are the conversations with you and Coach Eberflus like on that defensive side? How's he expecting to utilize you this year?
Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of athletes that can go, a lot of big guys that can play football. So I'm excited with the attack front at the end. So just letting us cut loose and play to our athleticism and just putting us in position to be successful.
Peyton Turner back in the Lone Star State, playing for the Dallas Cowboys this year.
All right, so we're going to get into the Paris Campbell interview next. Here, now you got a flashlight. Go find it. Here. There you go. Go find it. Go find your Batman car. Help us all the time. New job. Things are good. Yes, sir. Exactly. I'm going to get into this. This will be the last interview that I do of the night. It's Super Bowl winning Paris Campbell from the Philadelphia Eagles. I think he's like a third or fourth or fifth string wide receiver. I think he has like 6 attempts for 6 catches with a touchdown. I think he actually has a touchdown in the playoffs, though. Yeah.
To another one of the best, honestly. The Dallas Cowboys welcome in new veteran wide receiver.
We'll go get it. You got the flashlight to be able to see.
Paris Campbell. Now, Paris, I've got to start with your daughter first because she's...
Exactly. And I feel like, honestly, Kid Cowboy, I feel like if the team just stayed healthy from training camp on, I feel like we have at least 3 more wins minimum. I feel like if all of our starters started all of the games, we would have had at least 3 more wins. We had 50% of the salary cap was on IR. That's wild. And a lot of them were stars that missed 6 to 8 to however many weeks. And it was just too hard for us to overcome. The drop-off of talent behind the starters was vast, and it was felt. But the change is now, so we'll just have to see how it is, whether it's good change or whether it's bad change. I'm hoping that it's going to be good change.
The star of this interview, she's obviously ready for you to be a Dallas Cowboy. I mean, how excited.
Paris Campbell already has his daughter in Cowboys cheerleader outfit. This guy's been waiting to become a Cowboy for a while. Look at him. And he was an Eagle.
What excites you about being the Dallas Cowboys now?
Believe it or not, this was a childhood dream of mine. I grew up a Dallas Cowboys fan.
This was a childhood dream of this Super Bowl Eagles winning wide receiver. It was a childhood dream to come be part of the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, I like hearing that.
So to see it come to fruition it's a dream come true. All credit.
Literally a dream come true.
Glory to God. And as you can see, my family is excited that we get to be a part of this family.
And what was your first reaction when hearing you were going to be a Dallas Cowboy?
Really just, really, yeah, she said that, but go ahead. Yeah, but
Mommy
really
came in the room.
Pure joy. Obviously, immediately calling the family.
Hell yeah, James, I hear you, brother. What was the best match?
My family was Cowboys fans as well, so everybody's
his whole family. Man, this guy was playing as an Eagle. When did he get? Paris Campbell was just in the last 2 days. This interview was done 10 hours ago. Really, in the last day. Paris Campbell, I think he was like their 4th receiver, maybe fighting for the 3rd job. He literally had 6 attempts, 6 catches, 1 touchdown. Now, he did have more production at a previous stop. I can't remember what team that was. But yeah, he's a wide receiver for the Cowboys now, but he was for the Eagles on their Super Bowl run. But he obviously isn't their star. And when I first saw Campbell came to the Cowboys, my mind went Calais Campbell, and I was happy because I thought we were getting Calais Campbell, a good run-stopping defensive tackle that could shore up our defense substantially. And no, it was Paris Campbell. But whichever, I'll take it. He's really going to be fighting for that third position.
Now you've played with some elite wide receivers, Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown. Now you get to play with another elite receiver in CeeDee Lamb, who has been dominant in this league. Just what excites you about playing alongside of him?
Man, I've been watching CD for a long time, and just the explosiveness.
No, Kid Cowboy, I definitely think that we're going to find our number 2 wide receiver in the draft. I think that honestly at 12, the Cowboys probably go Tet McMillan or Obuga. I can't think of his name, but he's a good blocking wide receiver. He blocks and catches really well. As a well-rounded receiver, Oduga, whatever his name is, I think he's a good fit. I would like to get Tet McMillan, though. I think Tet McMillan's got the size that we need. I think he's got the hands to be able to catch the ball. I think he's got everything we need to be opposing CeeDee Lamb. And this would be our 3rd wide receiver, maybe our 4th. Because he's really going to be competing with, like, Devontae Turpin. Yeah, but those are all 3s and 4s and 5s and some 6s. None of them are a 2. Tolbert wasn't able to step up for that role. So he's still going to be fighting for the 3rd position. And we may not have Brooks next year. I know Mingo probably ain't going nowhere because of the draft pick, and he's still on his rookie deal. What? I don't know what you want. Just go get it. Well, you have to show me what it is because I don't know what you want. I'm almost done with the interviews. All right, 1 second. Come on, show me. What? I'm about to wait to feed the fish. There you go. All right. I don't know what you want. You can't have nothing from up there. Walk. You put all your toys in here. Why? Why would you do this? So that they can get chewed up? It's not funny, dude. You chew your toys up, I'm going to have to throw them away. And now they're all going to have hair on them. Jesus, boy. Yeah, 25 toys in there. All right, come on, Mello. All right, close the gate. Lock him in. All right, now what did you want? I don't know where your back car is. It's not up here. You didn't lock the gate. Yeah, I'll turn on the light. You gotta find it. I don't know where your back car is. I wasn't playing with it. You and your brother were. Alright, sorry about that. I'll put all his toys in the dang dog cage. Like the dog ain't gonna chew them. Alright, let's finish this interview real quick.
The run after
We've already
catch.
gone. We've already gone over an hour and a half. Normally we try to keep these at about an hour, but here we go. We're back in.
just everything about his game, man. I love it. Like you said, I just played with AJ and Smitty, and seeing how they work. And so I'm excited to get around CD, see how he works, see how he prepares, and pick his brain because he's top of the chain for sure.
Some other elite receivers in that room as well. Jalen Tolbert, Cavante Turpin
Yes, sir,
went over the
Messi.
opportunities in the receiving game. But what do you feel like you bring that complements that room?
Yeah, I think I bring a different level of just being dynamic as well. The speed obviously is something that stands out. I think you got a guy like Cavante Turpin who's, I mean, you see him go on the field.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Cavante Turpin be that fast, man. 4.23 speed, crazy.
The run of the catch as well. I've got that in my bag in my repertoire as well. So I'm just looking to come and add on and help wherever I can, man. And I also get in there and do the dirty work. So wherever
if we get a rush, we can hide him on the practice squad. Yeah, that's true. We can put him on the practice squad. You forgot Ryan Flournoy too on that list, Kid Cowboy. You definitely forgot Ryan Flournoy. I think he steps in above the Brooks. All right.
They need. I'm just.
What the hell? I got you what you wanted.
Have you had a chance to obviously look at some of the things that this offense is now looking forward to doing in 2025 just yet?
Yeah, 100%. Clayton Adams, offensive coordinator. I was with him prior in Indianapolis, and then Coach Schottenheimer.
So yeah, he was in Indy before he was in Philly.
And we had
and he had a better career in Indy.
Conversation before I signed here. He told me.
Obviously, minus the Super Bowl.
About the direction that he wants to go, and just with all the up tempo, fast pace, wants to be physical, wants to be fast, and he thought that I would be a great candidate to come help out. So I agree with him on that, and like I said, I'm just excited to get in here and get to work.
Can we expect from you in 2025?
You had it.
Just everything, 100%. I've kind of been through a ringer a little bit. My career hasn't been exactly what I've wanted it to be when I thought about the NFL, but hey,
so maybe this will be a fresh start for him. Maybe he'll be able to come here and do good. I don't know. I think Ted McMillan's better than everybody on that list. Maybe we haven't really got to see a lot from Mingo, and Ryan Flournoy kind of has my attention, but I don't know. I think Ted McMillan is a step above all those guys.
It's all about opportunity, and I'm forever grateful and thankful for this opportunity that Dallas Cowboys has given me.
Thank you so much, and best of luck to you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, 1 second, guys. Let me go figure out what this little boy wants in the kitchen. So that concludes that interview. All right, what, Mike? What? This ain't nothing. What do you want? You want Pop-Tart? Micah, I'm gonna come out of the kitchen if you don't. Tell me what you want. Nothing over here. What do you want, boy? That's not the kitchen. What is it, Micah? Pop-Tart, granola bar? You're gonna be eating it by yourself. You don't figure it out. You want a Pop-Tart? Alright, I'm going back out there. Well, what do you want? We're playing games. You know. Say something. Say something and you get nothing. Oh. Close the door. Here. Here. All right. Come on. There you go, buddy. All right. So now I am going to do... What? You're being fussy. Bottle. And what are you looking for? Alright, well, we're going to get into the interview that Mike Irving did. Actually, we're going to save that for another day. We'll save that for another day. We're just going to give this last 5 minutes. This will be the last 5 minutes of the interview. Just chop it up here. What about Detroit? Detroit ain't got nothing on Dallas. Wait, and why are you Michael, why are you throwing stuff in there? Come on. What did you want? What are you trying to find? Here's your bat car. Yep, there's your Batman car. All right, you gonna go sit down now? Well, that I don't know. You'll have to find him in the morning. Our roster still look. You ain't got no cornerbacks. You guys let go of 3 cornerbacks. Dan Campbell always loses his ball in the playoffs. Broncos. How does Dan Campbell lose his balls in the playoffs? I mean, balls is what screws us sometimes. Yeah, sometimes he does a little bit overdo it with the play calling. He tries to make a point doing something, and it ends up backfiring on him. Hence the last Cowboy, or not the second to last Cowboy Lion matchup. Yeah. But yeah, guys, we probably about to hop off of here. Hopefully you guys have a great night. Obviously, I'll be off tomorrow. Thursday, I'll come in and we'll do the unless there's some news that happens tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be off. It's Wednesday. But Thursday, I'll come on and I'll do the interview with Michael Irving and what he's got to say about this Michael Parsons D-Law situation and other things surrounding that, including maybe more talks about the contract with Michael Parsons. Kellen Moore is going for Dart in the first round. Maybe. He might. I wouldn't doubt it. Kid. Campbell is an Aggie. Yeah. I'm sure that most people enjoy the Lions more than they've ever have watching them. Yeah, I mean, all for your younger fan base, Kid Cowboy, the older fan base, the old heads, y'all had some pretty good teams back in the day. Y'all just weren't able to ever get over the hump. Anything can go wrong. What will go wrong? Facts, kid. But yeah, we about to hop off here. Y'all all have a blessed night. Make sure y'all stay great on purpose. Hey, make sure y'all treat everybody right, too. 'Cause you never know what anybody's going through. But we'll see you guys on Thursday, unless something breaks out tomorrow where we get some updating or breaking news. We'll see you guys Thursday.